Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB WTCR Championship. This is round 4, race 2 from Red Bull Ring. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB WTCR Championship Season 2 here on GT Sport. This is round 4, race 2 of the special event here in the WTCR Championship. Red Bull Ring is the track and wet weather is on the card. So wet weather, and that's going to mean that the four-wheel drives are going to get a very good advantage here. So they'll have to take as much advantage as they can. So let's go onto the grid then. So it is everyone on the intermediate tyres, so that throws the tyre war up in the air. So you have to either use these the mediums in race 1 or 2, so those that used it in race 1 will now run it in race 3. So Neil Farmack is on pole in the Scirocco with Domingo in the TT alongside him. We've got Rodders in 3rd in the Lexus with TY in 4th. We've got Will in 5th in the Atenza with Woo Woo in 6th in the BMW. Seek is 7th in the Evo with Jamo and his Subaru in 8th. We have Techno in the Atenza in 9th and the BMW of Red Bull in 10th. Bidster is 11th in the Peugeot with the Evo of Stevie separating the two Peugeots in 12th. Bradders in 13th. We've got Blake in 14th with Firepower in 15th. And again, no Steve Paramore in this one, unfortunately. So he's not able to make this round. So unfortunately missing out on double points. But we are ready to go here at Red Bull Ring. The front wheel drives will be extra slow off the grid this time because of the wet weather. So watch out for the four-wheel drives as we go. And there goes TY straight off. And there goes Will as well in the other in the Mazda as well on the outside in towards turn 1. And Domingo and then going backwards. Woo Woo's on the inside as well. Woo Woo's on the inside, almost 4 wide over the curb. I think we're all got through safely. Oh no, we haven't. Jamo's been turned round in the background. The Subaru goes off. So the Subaru goes off. Bradders there in 14th, going backwards a little bit there as they all go up to turn 2. So we've lost Jamo and hopefully can recover. But up towards turn 2, it is TY versus Will. The Mazda is on fire here in the wet weather. Oh, well, it was on fire until it went wide. So Will goes wide, TY goes through, Seat 1 and Woo Woo were there together. And the front wheel drives at the back scrambling for grip. They just can't get no power down. There's Bidster. You can't get no power down in the Peugeot. And weight penalty wise, Neil Farmack is on maximum balance. Woo Woo 80 kilos, Jamo 60, Stevie 40, and Seat 1 on 20. So they're the weight runners. There's everyone else. Domingo slowing down into the next corner, so he's got an issue. I think his wheel's disconnected again. So Domingo problems with his wheel again. He's disconnected and now he comes back. But his wheel. He's had some major problems with his wheel the last few weeks. He had a major problem at Brands Hatch, we saw in that race. But yeah, massive problem there for Domingo as we come down the hill. Blakeney on the back of Neil Farmack. Remember, Neil Farmack heavy in the Scirocco and Blakeney getting a bit impatient there, trying to get through. And Bidster's now on the back of this, and so's Red Bull. Up towards the last few corners we go. TY in the lead now that he hoped, well, you'd think with a four-wheel drive he wouldn't lose it, but you never know. Rodders 2nd in the Lexus. Will 3rd in the Mazda, trying to get back up the grid. As he goes, looks down the inside of Rodders. There's no way through, but Rodders goes wide and then makes a gap. And Will goes through. Seat 1 gets a penalty out the last corner and has to get rid of it before the line. And Rodders gets a penalty, but again he got his late, so he can cross the line with his. So we go around again. Will onto the inside. Stevie now attacking his teammate after he getting his slowdown. Stevie goes through into 4th. Techno and the other Mazda's coming up into 6th place as well, so the four-wheel drive's definitely having the advantage here. So definitely having an advantage. There's TY. There's the two Evos together as well. The two Evos are together. Going up the hill, and so's Rodders and Will. Rodders trying to outbrake Will on the inside into turn 2, but Will should have the better brakes in the four-wheel drive and gets into 2nd place. Techno up the curb there, mounting the curb. The front wheel drive's trying to scramble for grip. See there, they're going backwards here. Middle's in 12th, Bidster's now down to 13th. Bidster's made an error somewhere, so he's gone down to 13th. So he's alongside Domingo though. We look back to the battles up front. Rodders on the inside of Will again. Rodders not leaving this alone. The rear wheel drive Lexus looking like it's quite good in the wet round here. So it's two less wheels drive than the four-wheel drives, but looks like it's still a proven car in the wet. So Rodders doing a good job here. Will to the inside. Seat now looking to get to the inside as well. Seat 1 looking to take advantage with Will putting Rodders wide. Down the inside goes Seat 1 on the inside line, but Rodders are getting the wet, using the wet lines on the outside and holding on to the place. He's trying to hold on to the place if he can, but Seat 1's got round him, and now he's got Seat 1 and Techno all over the back of him, so that rear-wheel drive Lex is absolutely surrounded by a mob of four-wheel drive cars. As you go into the second to last corner, Seat 1 on the inside of Will now. Seat 1 going for second place on the inside of Will, and Techno looks down the inside of Rodders as well. It's all happening here as Will and Rodders run a little bit wide there. They're okay as they cross the line, and we're all across the line together, and it's almost 3 wide. Stevie thinks, no, I'm not going to make it 3 wide, I'll wait, I'll be patient. As Will then alongside, almost door handle to door handle into the braking zone, and Seat 1 gets ahead into second place. Rodders still holding on to 4th, and Stevie and Techno now alongside for 5th and 6th places. Woo Woo's not too far back in this as well, so Woo Woo's one to watch out for as well in the BMW. And into the second corner. Will turn right to the inside, straight to the inside of Seat 1, have that, and then Rodders gives him a little boost, and that's, oh, Stevie gets spun round by Techno, and or something happened there. I think he were probably sideways before he hit him, but Techno then taking round Stevie, and Stevie now back in the pack. In fact, he's right to the back actually. He's right back into 15th now, so he's got a lot of work to do now in that car to get some positions back. Bradders now to the inside of Blake, looking for a way through. No way through in the front wheel drive. Bids up to 12th. Jamo's making his way back up in this as well to 13th. The four wheel drives will make a decent comeback here. It doesn't like Peugeot's a good car in the wet round here. There's bids to let Jamo go. Might as well let him go and try and follow him through the field, I suppose. I suppose that's a good idea. And second place is only just at the next corner, so that's all very close. Second to 13th there in one shot. Incredible. Very close racing here at Red Bull Ring in the wet. We'll have to get some touring car action in the wet as we go into the penultimate corner. There's Bradders looking at Blake again. No way through. Further back, Jamo on the inside of Domingo. Domingo holding his line. No way through yet for the Subaru. Well, I would imagine it's going to be a matter of when, not if, because that four-wheel drive will definitely be better out the corners here. You can see the traction of the Subaru as they go over the line. And to the inside of the next corner, we've got Bradders looking at Blake and Techno into the first corner. Bradders passes the front-wheel drive, passes the four-wheel drive, but no, not yet, because Techno gets on the power on the way out the corner and gets round the outside of Bradders, so good job there from Techno holding his place. But now Red Bull's attacking the slowing Peugeot after it lost the traction on the inside. As we go, Red Bull onto the inside, Blake onto the inside of Techno as well. And Red Bull should get the traction out here compared to Bradders, and having said that, the Peugeot's no slouch. Once the wheel spin stops, the acceleration of that car is brutal, and Jamo still can't get past Domingo. There's Rodders. So Seek, Will, Rodders, Woo Woo, that's second to 5th. Neil Farmack 6th with the weight on, so the weight's not really affecting Neil too much, but he has got a little bit of a queue forming behind him now, so he's got to be careful. Jamo's on the inside of Domingo, which will turn into the outside for the next corner, but he might be able to get that move done. There he is, Jamo in the Subaru. Goes for a cut back and a little bit of a tap to Domingo there, but I think it's okay. It's a little bit racing rubbing as well. Wow, Red Bull's lost it. Massive time slapper for Red Bull. And Jamo straight down the inside to try and take advantage, but can't do it. And Red Bull holds it. How he held on to that, I don't know. And now Bids is having a go at Domingo as well. Everyone's having a go at everyone here. Neil Farmack defending from Blake and Techno. Bradders has got all 4 of these cars behind him. Neil holds on to 6th place for now. And Red Bull onto the inside of Bradders, a little bit of contact. Jamo trying to go around the outside of them all. Bids and Domingo side by side into the last corner as well. I don't know where to look here. Incredible racing. Jamo gets the four-wheel drive run out the corner alongside Red Bull down the straight. Further up, we have Neil Farmack still ahead of Blake and Techno. So still holding on to position there into turn 1. There's the rest. Bradders runs wide. That's not going to help him up the hill. As Bister goes for a cutback on Domingo, but just has each a load of curb. We've got a car off. Red Bull's off. I would imagine he spun round himself, so Red Bull off with the rear-wheel drive BMW, and now finds himself in last place. Unlucky for him. Meanwhile, back at the hairpin, we've got Neil Farmack still holding on to 6th place. I dare say he's catching Woo Woo. So good job by Neil Farmack getting hold of the. I think the weight actually helps in the rain. Actually, so it gives the car more weight on the ground and more grip. So it might actually be helping here. lighter front wheel drives are struggling as Blake now goes to the inside of Neil Farmack. He's finally alongside him, gets on the inside into the corner, a little bit argy-bargy, but gets through and into 6th place he goes. Techno now flashing his lights saying it's my turn. Domingo goes wide to the other. Lighter front wheel drive cars are really struggling here because obviously Stevie and Red Bull, they've had their offs, and Firepower's just not quite got the pace in this one. Firepower, but you never know, things might improve as we go on. Meanwhile, Will is trying to put now some pressure on seat 1, so the Mazda, the renowned colours on the Mazda looking very nice indeed, the orange and green closing up on the back of the Hypermax Evo of seat 1. Into the last corner, Rodders still staying with these guys. Impressive stuff from Rodders in the rear wheel drive Lexus. Clearly likes the wet weather in this car. And Will's putting on the pressure now as here comes everyone else down through to the through to the last corner. There's Neil getting on the power in the front wheel drive Scirocco. And Techno right behind him. Bradders and Jamo now. Bradders and Jamo together. I think Techno's going for a move here. Techno's going for a move up the inside of Neil Farmack. He has a little look to the inside. Brakes late. No, can't do it. Neil Farmack holds position. There's Bradders and Jamo. They're going through. Bidster and Domingo go through as well. Bidster tries to get a good run, but again, Domingo holding his line on the outside and proving that the Audi's a good car in the wet. Unfortunately, not a Quattro. It's a front-wheel drive TT, so not able to enjoy the perks of the four-wheel drive cars up front as well. On the outside of seat 1, trying to carry it around the outside, side by side, mirror to mirror. Down the hill we go. Let's look at everyone else out the corner before we look at that battle again. Techno using the four-wheel drive against Neil as Neil gets passed by Blake finally. Blake finally gets through. Seat 1 to the inside, defending from Will, and holds on to position for now. Rodder's still right behind these boys. He's not giving up at all. Will's not giving up on seat 1 either. Neil Farmack 7th. Techno using the four-wheel drive, trying to get a good run. He's actually got that good enough run. He might be in front already. And he is. He's got past him straight on a straight four-wheel drive that got that move done. So good traction from Techno and with the four-wheel drive. And now he's all of a sudden right on the back of Blake as well. As Bradders is now alongside Jamo. Jamo to the inside, looking to get past the front-wheel drive Peugeot, who holds the line on the outside, but Jamo uses the four-wheel drive and takes 9th. There's Blake. Right behind, they're actually catching, they're right behind Woo Woo now, so Woo Woo's struggling at this part of the race. He's got 2nd place weight on as well, that's not going to be helping. Guys, over in Britain. There's Techno 7th, Neil 8th, Jamo 9th. Meanwhile, Tua's got a right lead. He's already at turn 2 on lap 7. Incredible 43.1 as well, putting in the fastest laps for the extra points. Might as well, if you're going to win a double points race, you might as well get the extra point that comes, extra couple of points that comes with it. As Will takes 2nd place off seat 1. Will 2nd, seat 1 3rd. Rodders 4th. Everyone else fighting for 5th. He's got Woo Woo, Techno, Blake, Neil, Bradders, Domingo, everyone together. Red Bull now, Woo Woo defending the inside, but Techno goes around the outside. Bradders to the inside of everyone else, and everyone really constituting together into the second corner. Jamo with the four-wheel drive says sayonara. See you later, front-wheel drives. I'm off. And Stevie's like, wait for me. I'm trying to get past these guys as well. But yeah, Jamo then finds himself going straight from 11th to 9th in one corner, more or less, because using the four-wheel drive, incredible stuff there. And Bidster then gets down the inside of Neil Farmack, who's been well and truly shuffled out of that pack. Absolutely shuffled out. The weight did not help him in that pack up the hill, and that has definitely ruined his race. But meanwhile, we've got Woo Woo and Blake round the outside of Woo Woo. Brave move in the Lexus. Good move from Blake there in the Greg's Lexus as the Red Bull BMW moves down to 7th. We've got the SO Ultron Peugeot attacking with the Wall Subaru behind. Domingo in the Audi Sports Audi. So lots of different manufacturers in this as well, and proof that the LPB Racing BOP balance of performance meter is working to perfection here, because these are all our own BOPs. The LPB Racing host does not trust the standard BOP from GTSPORT, because it tends to vary a lot and it's not very consistent. So we spent a lot of time getting the BOPs for these cars, and it's definitely working, and it's proof that it is, because Jamo's up the inside of Woo Woo now in the Subaru. Remember, the four-wheel drive has advantage on front-wheel drive in the wet conditions, and Jamo takes 8th place off Bradders, but Bradders will fight back with the power of the Peugeot. Bidster's now up to 10th place. Bids has been using his skills in the traffic to try and get past people, and it's working. He's got past Domingo finally, and you know, he can have a go at and trying to help Bradders out, who's got Jamo on the inside again. Because Jamo's has there been contact? Yes, there has. There's someone being ejected off into the barriers. Not quite sure who that was. Let's have a look. Not sure if it was Neil Farmack or someone else. Red Bulls further back. Again, we'll have to get that in a replay later on. But that looked a bit messy into there. Looks like a few people just outbreaking themselves. Jamo's up to 8th. Now he's got Woo in front of him. It's his 10th, 11th for Stevie. And we go out the corner. Let's have a look further up. We've got C1 still holding on to 2nd. Rodders is definitely closing though. I think he's definitely closing on the Evo ahead. So Rodders could be finding himself in a battle for 2nd place here, which would be good for him. Will's down to 4th, so Will's unfortunately gone down to 4th. 47 last time round, so a mistake from Will the last lap round, so unfortunately down to 4th. Still a good 4th and 5th for the Mazdas. Is pretty good for the team points, especially in a double points race. Blake is 6th. Jamo's now 7th ahead of Woo, who's passed him, and Bradders is now 9th ahead of Stevie. But Stevie in the 4-wheel drive again. I would imagine it's a question of when, not if, for the Mitsubishi driver. As Bradders has a little look at Woo, just a tiny little look. And Stevie uses the 4-wheel drive and gets a good run. Now Bids is following Stevie through the field, who's trying to anyway. But as we go across the line into turn 1, all the pack heading into turn 1, lap 9 of 11 here at Red Bull Ring. In an epic race so far as Stevie runs wide. Stevie runs wide and Woo-Woo's lost it on his own. Woo-Woo's lost it. I don't think anyone hit him. There's no one slowing up, so I don't think he got hit, but we'll have to see. But Woo-Woo then down to 13th, and the Red Bull BMW is not doing well here in the wet weather, not having fun. As Bradders now defends from Domingo, takes advantage of all that's happened there, and Domingo trying to go around the outside, but Neil Farmack takes the inside line. A little bit of contact, but we're okay. And Neil Farmack takes 10th place. Bidster now down to 12th. So I wonder if Bidster had anything to do with Woo-Woo, but I'm not sure. Again, replays will clarify that. Just looking at the two Mazdas, they'll also 2 arrows close together there. And Techno is actually closing on Will here. He's actually doing his personal best, 43.9. What a lap from Techno. So his teammate 46 last time round, so definitely Techno with the pace here. So I wonder what the Mazdas will do. I wonder if they'll play the team game or whether they'll go into civil war. Meanwhile, Neil Farmack looking to get past Domingo again, but no, can't do it. Domingo holds on, but he goes wide. That's not there. We got the apex is about another 2 foot to the left. There we are. There's Bidster right behind these boys as well. And Woo-Woo back in 13th. Will and Techno then still together. Techno looks like he's definitely got the faster car here. Wonder what they'll do. Into the last corner. Penultimate lap of the race is about to start. TY is already on his way to turn 2 again. 43.0. And look at the lap times. All the 43.3s. Apart from lap 1 and 2, all 43.3s and below, apart from lap 7, which was just a little bit slower, but again, very consistent times from TY, showing true class in the Subaru. Seat 1 second in the 4-wheel drive Evo, so it's Subaru, Mitsubishi, Lexus in 3rd. We have Mazdas 4th and 5th, with Will still ahead of Techno, not giving up the place yet. Jamo in 6th in the Subaru, with Blake in 7th in the Lexus, so Jamo's got past Blake now. He's into 6th place. A decent recovery from Jam. Stevie in 8th with the 4-wheel drive again, he's up to 8th now. Bradders is 9th, Domingo 10th, Neil 11th and Bidster 12th, so Bidster's not really got much pace here in the wet with this Peugeot. Doesn't look like it's the best car in the wet weather. Even Bradders is doing better than him, so it must be Bidster that doesn't quite like this car in the wet, but never mind. As we go out the corner, and he's trying to get onto the back of Neil Farmack. Should have the power up the hill with the less weight on the car, because Bidster's actually running no weight in this one, so we'll see how we go. Bidster on the back of Neil Farmack here, braking into turn 3, down the hill into the compression, and, it's a compression and adverse camber, so it's a very hard corner, turn 3. A lot of people made mistakes there over the years, in F1 and GT racing and touring car racing. Everyone's been off there more or less. There's Techno still on the back of Will, and Will now not wanting to give up the place. I think the Mazdas are battling between each other. They are not wanting to give up places here. Will looking like he's just twitching, just trying to defend a little bit from his teammate into the second to last corner. Will takes a good line through there and holds on to 4th for now, but they've got Techno's got one more lap to try and get past his teammate if he wants to try and get past. And further back, we've got Jamo, Blake, Stevie, he's behind Blake now. Stevie's catching him up. 4-wheel drive catching up here. And remember, Jamo's got 3rd place weight on, Stevie's got 4th place weight on, so, excuse me, shows you the dominance of the 4-wheel drives in the wet. Even with weight, they can still get the way through the field. Incredible stuff. The Mazdas are still tooth and nail, still really, really close together, the Mazdas, incredible. The 2 Mazdas up towards turn 2. Will defends the inside a little bit, but doesn't bother to defend too much because he knows Techno won't go for a daft little dive. They both go together now. Stevie's on the back of Blake here. He's going to go wide. He's going to get the car turned in. Blake goes wide, and then he gets the power on, and Stevie goes straight through in the Evo, uses the 4-wheel drive grip, and gets straight past. Good wise move there from Stevie, but again, here comes Blake fighting back. The power of the Lexus kicks in once he gets the traction, and now Stevie's got to try and battle for this into turn 3. Blake will try and go around the outside, and he drifts his way around the outside, but there's that little slide is enough to break traction, and Stevie takes 7th place from Blake. But meanwhile, TY to the last corner, he's just done a 42.8, what a lap from TY. And TY comes across the line to take victory here at Red Bull Ring. Well done, TY. Victory, and dominant victory, or at least a good 10 plus seconds gap. Incredible race from TY, well done. And it looks like it's going to be seat 1 in the Evo taking 2nd. We'll just look at these other battles. Will still ahead of Techno, not letting him through yet. Further back we've got Bradders, Domingo, Bidster, Neil Farmack's gone back down to 12th. And yep, so we've had a few offs there as well. But here we go, seat 1 second, Rodders in 3rd. Will is going to, Will and Techno on the line, and it looks like Techno's got through. Will let him through on the line. I think he had a bit of a slide there. Techno takes 4th, Will 5th, Jamo 6th, Stevie 7th, Blake 8th. And then it's going to be Bradders leading home, Domingo and Bidster, his teammate, 9th, 10th and 11th for them. Neil in 12th. Woo Woo finishes in 13th. It's a decent recovery, but unfortunately with the spin earlier. Firepower is going to be in 14th, and Red Bull's going to take 15th, but we'll just wait and check, just in case Firepower makes a mistake, but I don't think he will. He's been consistent in this race. Look, 49s all down the board, more or less, apart from the odd 50, but very good stuff there from Firepower, just not quite doesn't enjoy the wet conditions. So Firepower takes 14th, with Red Bull in 15th. So guys, that was the wet race from Red Bull Ring. We will now take you to the replays of the race and the results. And now let's take a look back at some of the replays from a very wet Red Bull Ring. Okay, here's the first of the replays then. Watch Jamo's Subaru in 9th place there, so he goes a little bit wide, Red Bull goes in, there's a little bit of contact, then it just starts Jamo sliding, a little bit, nudge, 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 and then Jamo ends up spinning round. And now here's a replay on board with Stevie looking back at Techno on lap 3, watch this, going to the hairpin, and see there, Stevie actually loses it on his own before Techno hits him, so it was Stevie's own mistake, too much lock, too much power, then he has to wait for a gap, and then gets going, then spins the car around again, does a donut, and then he ends up getting going again, but he's all the way down in 15th. Now here's a look at Red Bull's spin on lap 5, I think he did it himself, yeah, he was on his own, goes into the corner, starts sliding, hits the curb, power on, round she goes, and down to last place he goes. And now here's a replay of how Will lost 2nd place, he was in 2nd place, now watch this, goes into this left-hander, everything looks okay, he runs wide, but then the game triggers a penalty for him running wide there, and it gives him a 1 second penalty. That is ridiculous when seat 1's right on the back of him anyway, so the game again ruins a good potential battle. Will have to get rid of that penalty and go straight from 2nd to 4th. And now here's a replay on board with Neil Farmack on lap 7, so into the hairpin. We are about to go from 8th down to about 12th. See Bradders and Jamo up the inside, there's a bit of contact as we all continue together. And then you see there, Neil gets squeezed out, he's trying to put the power on while on the curb. There's no traction there. And then Stevie tries to come up as well, but can't quite get back through. Domingo goes past. Then we go down into the next corner. Bidster's pulling alongside now with the lighter Peugeot on the inside. And Neil Farmack then finds himself down in 12th. Here's a replay of the car that ran wide on lap 8. We weren't sure who it was. It was Bradders who completely outbraked himself and went straight on through everyone else. And everyone else then tried to make the corner. Bradders rejoins, tries to keep to the side of the road. And yeah, that's the car that ran wide. And now here's a replay looking back from Woo Woo's car. And we're going into turn 1. See, Bradders brakes very, very late up the inside. There's no contact yet, but then Bradders is the tiniest touch. But I don't think there was actually a touch when Woo started sliding. I think he just put too much power on, and Bradders were just close, and it looked like contact. So I think the contact was just after he started spinning. So the BMW takes itself down to 13th. Now here we are on board with Will, going around the last corner. Let's watch his telemetry. What's the power? Or just to the right of the number. See there, he's actually on half throttle, so he's actually letting Techno go through to take 4th. So a good team player there by Will. So as we come back from the replays, let's go and take a look at the results of race 2 here at Red Bull Ring. So it is TY who wins in the Subaru, 20 seconds ahead of Seat 1 in the Evo. Well done to TY, what a win. And then Rod is in 3rd in the Lexus. Then it is Techno in 4th in the Atenza with his teammate Will just behind him in his Atenza as well. Jamo in 6th place in the WRX with Stevie in 7th. Got Blakeney in the Lexus in 8th place with Bradders in 9th as we go over the page in the Peugeot. Domingo in the TT in 10th with Bidster 11th in the Peugeot. Then we have Neil Farmack 12th in his Scirocco with Wuru in 13th in the BMW. Then it's Firepower in his Scirocco in 14th and Red Bull in 15th in his BMW. Fastest lap goes to TY again on a 1:42.8. So as we come back from that then, there is your winner, TY in the Walls Racing Subaru there. Absolutely incredible win from TY, at least a 10-second gap. Absolutely incredible dominant victory there in the Subaru, and the 4-wheel drive definitely trumps everyone else in the wet. So guys, that was race 2 from Red Bull Ring. We will all see you next time for race 3 of the special event, which will be at Interlagos, Brazil. We will see you then. Take care. So guys, that was race 2 from Interlagos. Thank you all for watching that one. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well. It really does help out our ratings. And next time it is going to be race 3 of round 4 from Interlagos. We're over in Brazil for the next one. A nice sunset as well. So we'll see you over there in Brazil.